For this clip, we're going to talk about pages 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're back on page 2, where we've listed every SAE we have. And if you were in the last one, we've had our 2 market hog years and our year at house nursery. We're going to throw in a couple things in here too to really diversify and show, because often we have more than one SAE a year. So we're going to go back in 2012 and we're going to add another placement project, and we're going to say we were a ranch hand. Oops, and let's put the ranch. So let's go 4C ranches, ranch hand, and that was for 100 hours. And then let's also go ahead and list in 2013 that we had a market steer, and it was 1 steer, and it was for 342 hours in our record books. And of course, all these numbers are coming from our record books on a yearly basis. We're not just making these things up, and we should have those documented in order to verify our state degree later. Since I have those there, let's go ahead and update Oregon page 2. And so that one's already done. In the second year, I have the market hogs in right here. However, I don't have this in. And which column is it going to go into? It's going to go into the placement hours right there. And again, I get this angry message. We'll take care of that in a few minutes. Market steer, we need to put that into the entrepreneurship column. Again, entrepreneurship is what you own, or if you own your project. Placement is when you work for someone else. So here's all our SAEs that we have that we'll complete our state degree with today. And so let's go to page 3. Here for page 3, we only list placement. Right here it says do not include ownership, entrepreneurship in this section. So only the years we had a placement SAE will be listed on page 3. And if we go back and look at our list here, we had 2. In 2012, we worked for 4C ranches. In 2013, we worked at Hal's Nursery. Those are the only 2 that are going to show up on page 3. So I don't put anything for 2011. I put 4C ranches for 2012. I put Hal's Nursery for 2013. And then I've got either unpaid hours or paid hours, and that just depends on the type of SAE. We're going to make the ranch hand unpaid. So that was not paid for to do that. And there was no gross earnings, so we're going to put in 0 and no expenditures. For a Hal's Nursery, we had that one at 295 hours. So we'll enter that under the paid. And we were paid at a rate of $10 an hour for easy math. And we'll list gross earnings at $2,950. And you'll see there's a star over this. Gross earnings is the total earned prior to any deductions or expenses. So we're not including taxes or anything like this. We're also not going to include taxes in our expenditures. If you had any expenses, such as equipment or anything you needed, that's what we list. Let's say we didn't have any, so we're at 0. So we've got first year, no placement. Second year, 4C ranches. Third year, Hal's Nursery. And we've entered in those hours. Didn't list the steer, didn't list the pigs on this page. And now if we go back to Oregon page 2, you'll see those messages over here are gone. It doesn't say that it doesn't match because we've made it this match what's on page 3. Page 4 is just a continuation. So if you have more than 4 years of records, then you would continue on to page 4. And in this case, 2015, obviously for the future, we don't need that. On page 5, 6, and 7, you are filling out your inventory for today, as today being December 31st of the year you're finishing, your last year of records. Do not list anything you used to own but don't have now. Only what you own right now at this moment in time goes on pages 5, 6, and 7. It's broken up into categories. We don't need to read through each one. Between current, things that you'd use up within a year, and non-current, things that last for more than a year. If there's nothing you have, leave it blank. In this case here, we won't have anything for page 5, let's say. Let's say we get to page 6, and we don't own anything there. We don't have any breeding projects. If we did, there's a spot for breeding livestock right there, both non-depreciable and depreciable. Page 7 has equipment. A great example of market projects. Often you have show equipment, halters, feed pans, etc. and just sum those up. Those are all small items. We'll sum those together in one thing. And if they're worth the same value as they were before, then they haven't depreciated. If you do have depreciation, then claim it. And so we have $200 there under our machinery equipment, and that's of course non-current assets because it's going to last for more than 1 year. Other than that, it just goes down through things like land. If you don't have it, you don't list it, and only list the things you own right now when you're filling out the application. That's all you need for pages 5, 6, and 7.